All right, here with Mike Kimbel taking on Chris Disonell this Saturday at Bellator 225. How are you, man?
Well, and yourself?
I'm doing great. So last time I saw you, you were doing some commentary for a local event, Ammo Fight League in Springfield. I was talking to your boy Jesse Kowski about this. He loved it. How was your experience doing some commentary?
I loved it. You know, it's good to not be fighting and then have to really pay attention and analyze and you know, on the fly and just being with my boy Jesse, it was awesome. And Ammo, you know, I fought for Ammo, came up through Ammo as an amateur, and they always put on great pro AM cards. Like, they're great. The fights were great. And it always gives me a little boost to see, you know, like the young fighters, because I'm young, but like new coming fighters, how they fight, and then some of the guys who are just good pros fight. You know, the sport as a sport, I love every bit of it. So I was honored to be able to commentate for that.
It was crazy kind of watching you make your Bellator debut and your pro debut, because I was the ring announcer for I think 2 of your Ammo fights, and to see you really come to where you're at right now is just kind of crazy to me, seeing that, you know, coming from an amateur, you have that debut, you get signed right away, like, and all these great things are happening for you. Has this last couple of years just been like a blur to you? Like, what has it been like?
You know, when I sit back and I think and I remember, it's like, wow, you know, it's beautiful. It's beautiful, but I'm so locked in, and I'm so focused, I'm so driven, and I've been working so hard that I don't even, it doesn't even click to me that, you know, the come up. It's just I'm here and I'm just working.
I noticed you've been bouncing around different training camps, getting some different looks. I know Michael Venom Page talks about you all the time. You guys have built up this kinship. You know, how did that all start between you and Michael, and what have you learned from him?
So MVP, I've always been a fan. Like MVP is probably the most underrated pro in combat sports. Like he's a beast. You know, he's one of the best ever. So I've always been a huge fan. I saw him at Mohegan Sun, and I snuck through the back to meet him, and we did a little video, and we've always kept in touch. You know, I told him, I was like, listen, I'm gonna be up here one day. I'm gonna be knocking everybody out. And he was like, oh yeah, and he believed me. Like, some people, you say that, they're like, yeah, all right, but no, he believed me, and he's always kept in touch. He's always kept his eyes on me, and when he came, he was like, hey man, after my last fight at the casino, he's like, hey man, you gotta come over to across the pond and get some work. I was like, yeah, that'd be great, it'll be an honor. Went, and it was just dog work, it's hard work. I learned a lot, you know, the culture and the lifestyle, the way those dudes work and fight every day, and then just little things about the game. Obviously, MVP is arguably one of the biggest superstars in Bellator, so, you know, him just giving me little mental inputs and just giving me little notes here and there, and just, you know, if I got a question or I get a little blown away by things, I just take them like, yo bro, this is thought of, and he'll be like, listen, and I'm like, you know what, you're right. And I'm like a sponge. I'm like, you know what it is? They say I'm a baby in this sport, and I am, because, you know, kids just, what you surround a child around, they absorb, they learn, you know what I mean? So I'm a baby in this sport right now, and I'm just learning, I'm just observing. I'm damn good at it right now. I'm still learning, I'm still observing, and I'm just applying.
People say in college football, like, if Alabama loses the game in the middle of the season, they say, well, that might be the best thing that happened to them. Like, they just need that loss, and now they can kind of get reheated and re-back in the moment. You had that loss to John Duma, and obviously you took a lot away from that and learned a lot from that. What do you think was the biggest takeaway from that fight to put you in the position you are now? Because you did bounce back with a win, you looked really good, and now you're back fighting in your hometown.
Just knowing what I'm capable of, you know. I was real overwhelmed with like the lights and stuff like that, and all the media coverage and stuff like that. I was like, oh, with this a lot. So that happened on top of losing. Like, if that had happened and then won, it would have been like, all right, whatever. I think I would have learned regardless. But I learned, and I just learned to just focus. Like, just focus. Don't slip your focus. It doesn't matter if my opponent's running like a girl. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. Don't lose my composure. Stay focused and just win. All that matters is the W.
To be a part of this card, to do it in right down the street from where you live. I mean, this isn't Mohegan, this isn't Foxwoods, this is Bridgeport, Connecticut. This is huge. The growth of MMA in this area has just been unbelievable to watch. What is that like to be a part of this particular card as opposed to any other one?
I'm trying to keep it. It's a big moment, but I'm trying to keep it so it's just another fight. I'm going in handle business, but it's amazing. You know, it's a huge deal, and not for nothing. you know, feather in my own cap, I've grown MMA in Connecticut as a community, and people could accept that or deny that or whatever, but I pumped inspiration into people that didn't want to fight. Now, you know, they come, they fight. You know, people that didn't think they can, they see me do it, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm gonna go for it. So like, I've skyrocketed. You know, this has been predominantly a sport that people, you know, you go to the casino and stuff like that. No, I got kids from the block coming. I got kids from, I got the mayor coming. I got political people coming. I got head of police coming. You know, I really just upped the level. You know, me just my passion for the sport, my passion for fighting. I've upped the level, and people, they see that passion and they're coming. So it's amazing. I take a bit of pride saying, like, you know, this is what I'm gonna produce, and it's just a start. You know, this is the first card. And it's funny because I used to make projects on why MMA should be legalized, you know, in high school and in school, literally why MMA should be legalized. And now I'm about to kick the door in.
What have you learned about Chris along the way, and how do you see this all playing out on Saturday in front of all your friends and family and fans?
Fuck Chris. I'm going to go in there, I'm going to fight hard, get the W, and just keep moving forward. You know, I'm not overlooking him. Everybody's dangerous in there, but...
Mike, all the best to you. I appreciate the time.